What's up, guys? I'm Ncaa 31 here, bringing you an Ncaa 13 online ranked game. Testing out my more of a power run custom spread playbook, and also learning the 3-4 playbook. I played most of this game from the 3-4s, figuring out what plays are where and whatnot, and learning all the sets, since I don't play 3-4 very often, if at all. I'm using it in an upcoming online dynasty season with Notre Dame, so only way to learn the playbook is to play with it. And I'm dealing with these typical online green. All this guy likes to do is run curls and outs with an occasional pass up the seam. And using Clemson, in my opinion, Taj Boyd is the best quarterback in this game. In this game, I think he's better than Matt Barkley. And the reason why, he can not only run, but he can really throw on the move.
He's to the 20.
He can really throw it.
He makes it out to maybe the 30-yard.
And you see the goon kick there, typical online rank nonsense, and
he's
off to a good start here with the spread no huddle. Always no huddling in the spread.
Phenomenal athlete. He took the handoff on the draw play and made some pretty impressive moves and got a ton of yards.
North and the south downhill running game with the read option as opposed to the Brian Kelly-based spread playbook, which is more finesse and pass-oriented first. This playbook, I have a pretty decent passing game to complement it as well, but it's more of a Rich Rodriguez, Gus Malzahn, Chip Kelly style of mix. That's the kind of flavor I wanted to put on it. And it also has a pretty decent amount of pistol in it as well. So, anyhow, the title of this video, Ncaa 31 is a sim head. Some people may disagree with that assertion, but I don't believe there is any doubt that I am. As a matter of fact, I would say that I play more of a sim game than pretty much most self-proclaimed sim heads, quote-unquote, out there who believe that being a sim gamer has something to do with what game you like to play. When in reality, a game is really only as much of a simulation as the person playing it. If you want to goon the game up, you can goon the game up.
He tackles him for a long.
If you don't want to goon the game up, then obviously you are going to be relying more on a, X's and O's strategic based playing style, which is how I roll. Now, what is a simpleton?
He drops back.
The phrase simpleton was actually coined by a guy over at the 2K forums, the APF 2K8 forums, back in the days when I played APF back on Xbox. A guy by the name of Leroy Jenkins, also known as Gunther, on the APF 2K8 forums. And a simpleton is basically a subcategory of the complainer or the whiner. Classic simpleton behavior is as follows. I'll give you a good example. I once had a playoff game in Madden 11 where I beat a guy, and after the game he was all bent out of shape, complaining about my offense. And his complaint was he couldn't stop my passing game. When really all what I was doing was, if he was playing loose zone coverage, I was throwing shallow crosses and ins underneath his zones. When he pressed up and played man, I was running routes that run away from man coverage, like any smart football-minded gamer would do. But that is classic simpleton behavior. When they're playing deep and you throw short, they cry that they can't stop you. When they're playing up tight and you throw deep or run away from man coverage, they cry that they can't stop you. When they sell out and blitz and you run a screen or do something like this, run outside of it, they cry and complain that they can't stop you. Basically, no matter what you do, you are in the wrong because the Sim-Pleton wants the game to do the bulk of the work for them. The Sim-Pleton's dream game is a game where they call the play and then put the controller down, and everything plays out exactly the way they want to play out 100% of the time. No unpredictability, no variability, no human error, no user error. Everything is just clean as a whistle. That's why you hear them say such things as, the AI should know what play you're running and adapt.
Knocked out of bounds at the 17.
Really? Why? Most offenses at their core are very, very simple. They're built around a handful of basic concepts, and then they have constraint plays off of those concepts, and then various formations, shifts, and motions to give the illusion of complexity. The West Coast offense is a perfect example. I remember watching the interview with Joe Montana one time, and he was saying, or relating a story when they were playing a team and the opposing defense was calling out the offensive signals. They knew exactly what play was coming, but it didn't matter because he had himself, Jerry Rice, Roger Craig, John Taylor, Brent Jones, and they could execute what they were running at a level that was higher than what the defense could do to stop it. If you guys remember Texas Tech's upset of Texas in Michael Crabtree's senior year, they had a one of the pivotal drives in that game. Texas Tech ran shallow cross right down the field every single play. And I mean literally every single play. If you go back and watch that game or watch videos of that game, you'll see the drive I'm talking about. But in the Sim-Pleton's world, in the Sim-Pleton's mind, they want the AI to be able to bail them out of their inability to call the correct play, or to hone their user skills to take away something that the AI isn't quite covering as well as they would like. And that's why we all user a player. We user a player to be able to take things away that the AI can't. Otherwise, there'd be no point to using a player. Like I said, it's what separates human beings from machines. Our ability to adapt and to think on the fly. The type of computers that are able to mimic that kind of behavior of the human brain cost hundreds of thousands of dollars. You're not going to see them on a console anytime soon. But that is what the Sim-Pleton wants. Rather than, ironically, doing the strategizing and adjusting themselves that they claim to so desperately want. So the moral of the story, play sim, don't cheese, don't cheat. And I'm saying all this assuming that you're not using exploits and glitches in the first place. But, you know, winning that way, what fun is there in that? Because deep down you know you're cheating. Deep down you know you're only getting ahead because you're gaming the programming.
Good job here.
One of the great pleasures I take out of these games is playing my sim style and beating these guys who goon the game up and feeling their frustration as they don't understand why what they're used to having work so easily isn't working. That's a whole heck of a lot of fun. And that's probably why I get so many nasty messages. I get so many profane, nasty messages you would not believe. People calling me garbage, dropping F-bombs and, you know, homosexual slurs. When all I do is play like the way I'm playing now every single game. That's it. But these guys can't handle it. They can't handle it. So, kill these guys with football knowledge. Don't take the lazy way out. Be a sim head, be a sim gamer, but don't be a simpleton. That's my public service announcement. Lewis Nix. Stefan Tuitt, rather. No, that was Lewis Nix. This guy has his blocking up on aggressive. I can always tell when someone has their blocking up on aggressive because you can't block those 3 guys user controlled with balanced OL settings. It just won't have it. Their block shedding and their pass rush moves are just too high. But right here, I feel pretty safe and pretty confident that I'm going to eventually put this guy away. I'm feeling more comfortable with the playbook as I go along. I neglect to spy Taj Boyd there. Like I said, I think he's the best quarterback in the game because not only can he run, he can make perfect throws like that. He's a freaking beast. And here I, again, putting on my football hat, I figure he's going to be selling out to stop the run, throw the screen.
And he's taken down at the...
Now we go back to the dive.
Wood gets a handoff to the right. Gains his way to the 43-yard line.
This style of football is so much fun. The only thing I'd like to see, besides more consistent logic out of pulling linemen and better splits out of the wide receivers or wider splits. I want that receiver on the left, on the numbers. Spread that field out. What I would like to see is more designed QB runs. QB ISOs, QB sweeps. Because all you really have is the read option game, the load option, speed option, QB draws, QB blast, and you have the QB wrap, which is a good play, and you have the QB power. The QB wrap is the closest thing to a QB counter in the game. But hopefully we'll get that addition next year, especially with the way Ohio State used Braxton Miller. EA always seems to be a year late when adding little wrinkles like that, so that remains to be seen.
Yeah, he got some possession game.
But overall, they do a very good job with the playbooks, with how many different college teams are out there and how diverse their playing styles are. They do a very good job. Once again, a curl. Curls. That's all this guy runs.
Quick throw out to the receiver. They'll bring him down around the 47.
And the best way to stop the curl is either through... There's a couple of ways you can stop the curl. I like using cover 2 sink. Cover 6 to the wide side. Will stop the wide side curl and out if you hook the corner to that side. Cover 3 and hot routing the flat defenders to pink zones in passing situations will help cut down the chances of that curl being completed. There are times I like to do what I did there and hot route a pass rusher or a blitzer to a pink zone to the side. I anticipate the curl of the out being run. Those are the things you can do to help cut down those routes. So, I put the cherry on top of that sundae, with that pass over the top to put the game away. I figured I'd take a shot since he had all 3 timeouts left, and we've seen crazier things happen in these games.
I think it was a well-played game for the most
part. And I get the W, so link to this custom spread playbook will be in the description over at ncaaplaybooks.com. And looking forward to rolling with the 3-4 in Season 5 of the Powerhouse Online Dynasty. I have 2 really good edge rushers on the outside linebacker spot and 3 beasts on the defensive line, so it should be a nice fit. And hopefully I don't screw it up too much. So, hope you guys enjoy that, and I'll talk to you all later. Peace.
Football 13. For my partners, Reese Davis in the studio, Kirk Herbstreit in the booth, Aaron Andrews on the sideline, I'm Brad Nussler saying see you next time.